Hope everyone is doing great today on September 17th. It is 6:30 in the evening out here in East Texas on my property. And I wanted to go over a few things with some people. Maybe somebody will reply back to me, maybe none of you will. But Friday I celebrated my 46th birthday. And since then, I've been, guess you could say, reminiscing back on my life, thinking about the things I could have done differently or the things I did great that I could have improved on. And I'm not impressed with myself. I've taught my son his whole life to be a man, and he's 24 years old and he's doing great. And I'm here trying to figure out what mark I'm going to leave on the world. What legacy am I going to leave behind that I will be known for? And is it going to benefit the world in any way, or humanity, or even one person? And what I want to know is how many men out there are thinking about that right now. What have you come up with? Give me some advice. Last weekend, I was in Costa Mesa, California for BK Live, Bedros Keuilian, and what a time I had. It was a great event. I met so many great people. I'm keeping in contact with a couple because the introvert that I am failed to get emails or phone numbers or any kind of information from probably 100 or so people I actually interacted with out of, I want to say, about 700-800 people approximately. But I'm keeping in touch with a couple of individuals and hoping that develops into a strong friendship over a long period of time where we could help each other try and become better men and go after the businesses that we want to lift off the ground and just skyrocket. We as men have to take back this country. We as men have to stop falling in line with them wanting to keep us weak and pathetic and docile, I guess is the best word you could put. Anywhere you go, think about it. You got to act a certain way. You got to look a certain way. You can't be a certain thing. And whatever happened to being able to just be you? That's my problem with the world right now. Everyone could be who they want as long as who they want falls in line with the opposition. But the minute you're different, you're unique, you think differently, you talk differently, they want to belittle you and ridicule you and demonize you and make you to be some horrible person when all you are is just different. Okay, I understand what that's like. I've been left out of a lot of things in my life and treated differently because I look differently, I talk differently, I think differently, and not in a bad way, but it's different and people fear what is different. And how many of you are out there like that thinking the same thing? You know how much crap I got when I first grew this beard, how much I was looked down upon. And the good thing about when I grew up back out in 2014, because I wanted to find my tribe, and I think I finally did at BK Live, but let's try to stay on course here. I grew my beard just because I found a group that was growing beards. I had grown one out just to see what it would be like on a dare from work, and then I eventually liked it. And I wanted to be more of a man. I just didn't know the steps yet because I didn't have a father figure. And I'm sure many of you out there didn't either, but I was trying to find myself. Then my son was born really early. I was 21 years old when he was born, and I think that really put me in line with my life. But now that my kids are grown, I'm looking back, what great deeds have I done as a father, as a man in general? So I'm going to say growing a beard helped me to take that first step. You know what? I'm a fucking man. I like how the beard is part of me. Those of you that know me only really know me at this point with the beard. Very few of you have ever seen me clean shaven. And I just want you to become men again. Stop being weak. Stop being docile. It's okay to not have a feminine side or a minuscule feminist side. I mean, you got to see some things from the woman's point of view at some point on some level, but why are they trying to demasculine us? They're trying to take away our masculinity. And why? Well, because if you're not high testosterone, if you're not high energy, if you're not physically capable and intellectually capable, and I mean, I ain't saying you got to be an Albert Einstein, but read some freaking books. If you could read a few books and gain some knowledge and make your life better, then you know what? You are a threat to those that want to keep you down. So grow a beard and fight the opposition. You know, do something manly. Learn to shoot. Go hiking. Learn to fish. Become good at something, right? And like BK says, I have to give it out to BK because I never thought of this until he said so. But one great thing you could do right away to get that first victory, to really do something hard and achieve it, is lose your dad bod and get fit. Dad bods are not cool. If anyone tells you they are trying to keep you weak. They are trying to keep you pathetic. Lose your dad bod. Build your confidence. I mean, I still got a few pounds I'm working on losing myself, but I'm a lot fitter than I used to be at one point in my life, and I'm not satisfied yet, and I'll probably never be satisfied because I want to be the best. And in order to be the best, you're never satisfied with what you got. You got to keep on going until you reach that pinnacle, that top of Mount Everest. That's what you're trying to do in life in some way. So go to the gym, lose your dad bod, get rid of some body fat. And the other thing I want to talk about with you is take responsibility for your life. I hear so many people, just conversations that I listen to as I'm in a store, in the workplace, walking by something or whatever, the gym even. People pissing and moaning about their life, their bills, their jobs. I mean, just constantly bitching. Okay, we get it. Life is fucking hard. Even when you're rich, and I'm not rich, I'm working on that part. BK has me motivated. I will get rich in this lifetime. I'm working on it, but even rich people have hard fucking days. Look at Donald Trump. He's indicted almost just for breathing. And if they could make his life that fucking hard, and I'm not talking about any political sides or whatever, I'm just talking about the opposition that wants to keep men down, keep us docile, keep us weak. We never used to be like this. Think of it. The men that went to war in World War II, that signed up for that, for Vietnam, Korea, the military men, they're not trying to keep them docile. Why? No military wants a docile military. Why? So why the hell would you want docile civilians to keep you in line? That's the whole purpose. You're a threat. We have the ability to vote idiots out of office that are not fulfilling their obligations. We have the numbers in this country to say, hey, I don't like what you're doing. I have options in front of me. I'm going to get a group of like-minded people and say, hey, you're wrecking my way of life. I'm no longer operating at a $10,000 increase in pay over 3 years. I'm operating at a $15,000 a year loss. And for you blue-collar workers like me, that is a lot of money. A lot of money you're spending on things 3 years ago that you spent for a lot less. And that hurts a lot of families. BK said it on one of his episodes, probably more than one, that anyone making less than $100K a year, he doesn't know how they're doing it. You know what? I'm barely there. I look around, I'm supposed to be doing well off, but I'm being average. I'm making average money right now, and you don't want to be average as a man. So take responsibility for your life. You know, look at the choices you've made that have got you to where you're at now. And I'm doing that now. I'm no saint. And I'll tell you, I'll be the first one. My skeletons in my closet are plentiful. Regretfully, I'm not nothing to be proud of being a bad person at one point in life or doing bad things. The thing is what you do now with your life, and I want to leave a mark on the world. So we're going to get to that, but we're talking about being a man right now, okay? So another thing number 5, do hard shit. Do something hard. Bedros Keuilian's always talking about that 26-2 challenge. Guess what? I did it. I did the training. I ain't gonna lie. I fell off for a week because I went to Van Nuys for work, business related trip, and I ate like crap. I only hit the gym twice while I was there to do my training for the 26-2. I think it was week 4. So when I got back home to Texas, I redid that week 4. I wasn't going to be satisfied. I was going to push myself. I redid that week all the way to week 6, which took me 7 weeks. And the first time I attempted this, it was a fail. And let me tell you how I attempted this challenge. I live out in a rural area. I don't trust these shoulders. It's a 2-lane road, very narrow. I'm not running on the side of this road. For one, there's copperheads and all kinds of shit out here. I'm in fucking rural Texas, okay? So I'm not running the shoulders. It's just too dangerous. I'm not running it. There's no marathon going on in Texas at the time I was doing it, which was mid-July. And because it's fucking hot in Texas. We were triple digits, high humidity, and we had a massive heat wave this year. But I mean, it seems like every year we have one. Very few years that were actually tolerable in the summer, but get off point. I trained in a gym for the whole 7 weeks on a treadmill and elliptical when I got shin splits like a son of a bitch, and I couldn't run anymore on the damn treadmill, so I had to use the elliptical. And yeah, it's not the same as training outside running. It's triple digits outside in fucking Texas in summer. I'm not running out in that shit. But getting off track here, I did it. 7 weeks. So that first full week, I ran a couple of times for about 20 minutes. I forget what the mileage was, but it was just a couple of times to keep me warm, keep me ready. Then that Saturday morning, the plan was to go to the local high school track at 6 in the morning and be done by noon. I took my water, took my earbuds. I took 106 pennies. Let me tell you why. Because I couldn't find a marathon going on in Texas, I decided to do it at the local football track. Well, 4 laps is a mile, right? Okay, I did the calculation. So I needed to do 105 point, I forget what it was, 3 laps or whatever. No fucking way I was gonna start a lap and not finish it. I was not gonna walk across that football field. So I rounded up 106 laps, which equals 26.3 miles, okay? Well, I took 106 pennies and a bucket, 3 different stacks. So every time I ran a lap, when I came around, dropped a penny in the bucket. I could hear it hit. I know that's a lap down. So that way I don't have to try and mentally keep track of how many laps I did. All I got to do is drop a penny in the bucket every time I pass it. Easy peasy. I didn't finish the damn marathon. I think I got halfway done, 63 laps it might have been. I ran out of water. It was 11:30. I was freaking thirsty as hell. I was beat. My shin splints were killing me. And this is all excuses. My dumbass didn't get there till 8 o'clock in the morning, was way too fucking late. You gotta be there before the sun is up, because as soon as that sun is covering that football field and track in Texas, I mean, you're done. You're done. So I was disappointed. I left, pissed off, bitter at myself because I didn't fulfill a promise I made to myself to get that done. So I went the following week and I crushed it. Got there at 6:15 in the morning. Well, I don't want to say got there. I set up. It took me 15 minutes to set my shit up. I got there at 6 because I didn't want to be there too early. I don't even know if I'm allowed to be there. The gate was open, but I was on a mission. I was going to do it no matter what. So I set my stuff up, got my cooler with all my water. I wasn't running out of water this time. I had my bucket. I had my pennies. I was ready to go. Crushed it. 6:15 is when I started the first lap. I timed it. 10:57 is when I finished the 106 laps. And let me tell you, those last 2 laps took a fucking eternity to run. Well, at this point, I'm walking fast, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I was moving. That's all that matters. I was moving. I wasn't stopping. And I was hurting. I was sucking my wind. Then I got down to 1 lap. And I'm thinking, okay, technically, the inner bitch started negotiating with me. Technically, I only need to do a half of a lap. I could come across the football field and I'll be done. But the man in me, the inner advocate, the one pushing you, your soul, your inner being, what makes you a man, was telling me, look, you just did 105 fucking laps. Why are you going to sell yourself short on the last lap? Who says it has to be a 26.2? Get your bragging rights. Do your 26.3. And that's what I did. And I'm not going to lie, I was crawling across the finish line at the end. That when I got halfway, I'm like, okay. I started walking slow. I want to say about 20 feet out, I got down on my knees. I'm breathing so hard. I'm so tired. I'm just drenched. I don't even know why I wore clothes. I was just drenched in sweat. I was soaking wet. That last 7 feet, whatever it was, I was crawling, literally hands and knees. Like, then I got up on my feet and crawling like an animal, but I wasn't gonna stop. I was crossing that finish line if it fucking killed me. And I crossed it, laid over, crawled to the ice cooler, poured some water on me, got my water, and just laid there for a few minutes. Best thing I ever did. I mean, I'm still a little overweight. Should have lost a little more weight before I did. I did lose some, but I did it. It was fucking hard. Now I'm ready to do hard things, hard shit, move my life forward, move that needle in the right direction instead of just staying neutral. And that's what I'm doing. So do hard shit. Next thing I'm doing is the business I want to start off with, and we're going to talk about that in the next episode. But it coincides with being a man, okay? Be manly in life. If you're a man, be a man. It's okay to be a man. Don't let them tell you it's toxic masculinity or whatever crap they want to throw at you. What does a man do? Okay. He does good deeds. He leaves his mark on the world. He's kind, considerate, but he's also a freaking monster, a savage. He's somebody that when you shake his hand, you know you don't ever want to piss him off in life, because at best you're going to get your ass kicked only from him. At worst, he's going to freaking cripple your ass or kill you, because he's a dangerous son of a gun. But that's being a man. Being savage, under control, controlling your emotions, controlling your life. And let's talk about that for a second. They want to take away your control over your life. You see it all the time. Watch the news, watch these TV shows, just listen to people talk. Go get a cup of coffee at Starbucks when it's busy as fuck and just listen to some of the conversations being had. And it's like, there is nothing wrong with wanting to be a man, be masculine, get fit, make a lot of money, do some good in the world with it, change lives, better humanity, better the world, just better everything. They want to impose their will on you. It's time we as men imposed our will on them, saying, no, I'm going to be a fucking man. I don't want your goddamn handouts. I want what I earn. I want my market value off what I earn. I don't need anything more. I earn my belongings, my money, my life. You're not going to take that from me. Okay? So, that being said, I got off on a little bit of a tangent, but another thing I want to talk about that will help you get through that, especially you introverts like me. I'm a Virgo. I overanalyze everything. It takes me forever to get started or pull the trigger on making a big purchase. I mean, trust me, I was looking at BK Live, the tickets. I went in general admission, but for about a week after tickets went on sale, I'm just looking at them like, shouldn't I? I mean, there's a lot of money, at least to someone like me that's average at the moment. Then I finally said, fuck it, I'm taking control of my life. There's an episode he said, like, hey, just get here. People from all over the world are coming. Catch a plane, catch a bus, just fucking get here. And that was going over and over through my head. It's like, fuck it, I'm going. Couldn't get anyone else to go with me, but I was fucking going to this event, and I was missing. I went solo, but I had a great time out there. Just 2 days of hardcore, high-driven, motivated individuals that I can't wait for next year. I will be there, but I'm making a promise to myself now. By the time I go next year, I'm going to have the business I want to get going off the ground and making money. Now, I know it's going to be hard at first. There's going to be things I have to overcome, and I'm still learning myself, so it's going to be interesting, but that's my deadline. September 13th, 14th, BK Live. Next year, I'm going to be there, and I'm going to have elevated myself to the next level. No, I'm not going to quit my day job yet. I've been there 16 years. I get paid fairly decent. Okay, here I am selling my day job. Look, it's called a side hustle for a reason. I'm starting a side hustle. I'm going to do everything I can to elevate that, to scale it up as much as I can. But the hardest part, or at least to me, I know some people just jump into all kinds of shit. Me, I'm a Virgo. I'm meticulous about everything I do, and I weigh out consequences and benefits to everything. And sometimes I take too fucking long doing that because I'm over analytical about shit, just like I'm being right now, but that's besides the point. But, damn, I lost track of what I was saying. Oh, September 13th, yeah. You gotta pull a trigger and do the things you want to do. I'm 46 years old, think of it. Bedros says it best, and not just him, lots of people, but, you know, when you get this certain age in your life, you start thinking about things. You quite possibly have a lot fewer holidays before you than you had behind you. Meaning, at best, I might live to be 100. My family history, if I work out, eat right, take care of myself, make good decisions, I could probably get out 80, 90 years old, hopefully a bit more. Hopefully I have grandchildren and great-grandchildren that I'm helping to set up properly in life. Excuse me, allergies are killing me today. But yeah, 80, 90 years old, that's about, and I'm thinking, I'm 46 years old, that's not that fucking far away. I only have X amount of holidays left with family, loved ones, people I care about, which, I mean, man, there's very few. I've been a lone island for a very long time, a lone wolf, and I'm trying to stop that, which this here is the beginning, okay? This here is the start of my journey, and the whole point of this video is to, I guess, what's the word I'm looking for? Record it down so I could come back later in my life and be like, okay, 10 years from now, I better not be this pathetic me that I am right now. I need to be a better person. I need to be better off in my life. I need to have made better financial decisions. I need to have mended relationships that are broken and better relationships that I currently have, and do some more good in the world. So, yeah, it's scary. 46. I hear people 56, 60, 66 dying all the time, get to retirement, die within a few months. Some people die right before, a few months before retirement, and I don't want to be that person. And when I retire, I want it to be from my day job. And hopefully that's not 60 years old. Hopefully it's a lot sooner, but I'm 46 years old now. 60 years old is not that far away. 14 years from now is not that far away, and I'm thinking back on my life. What the fuck have I been doing? And some people tell me, John, you have a great life. You've turned out really good. You've got that 10-acre property in East Texas. You had that house built from the ground up. Yeah, it's nothing. It's not a modest house. It's nothing fancy. It's a 1,600 square foot house. Very basic. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. I mean, if it was me, it'd just be 4 walls and a roof. But, I'm thinking about my family here. What am I going to leave behind? Well, here's a nice little chunk of property that's going to always appreciate in value. So my son and my daughter will inherit this. And definitely several other properties I intend to buy before I die. That's the mark I want to leave. But not just that. My business, working with animals, K9's specifically, behavior modification. My whole goal is to have as few canines in the shelters as possible. That when they get adopted out of a shelter, that they're so well behaved that they go on to their forever home every time and never get returned. So many dogs are in shelters and getting euthanized for space, and I'm on my 3rd foster dog this year, July, August, and September. This September one's the longest. She doesn't go on transport till October, but when I foster these dogs, I work with them, and then I realize how much joy I get out of working with these dogs. And not just them, my dogs too. I love my dogs. I got 4 dogs, a cat, 2 tortoises, 21 chickens. But I love working with these dogs, and I want to help a shelter. I'm going to volunteer at a shelter here in Mesquite, Texas, and hone my skills working with these dogs. I don't care if I'm cleaning dog crap, whatever. I just want to make life for the animal better. And if I could help an animal go to its forever home and decrease the likelihood of it coming back as much as I can for any behavioral reason, then that's what I want to do. But I also want people to start becoming more responsible. Don't adopt a dog just because it's a puppy, or get a dog and get it just because you want it at the time. An animal is a lifelong commitment. These dogs have feelings. I've seen so many dogs heartbroken and devastated in shelters because they were too old. The owners gave them up, or they're moving after 7, 8 years in a place and the new place won't take them, so they turn them into the shelters, or let them loose because they don't want to turn them to shelters because letting them loose is just fine. Well, dogs are domesticated for a reason. They're not wolves anymore. They do not do well out in the wild on their own like wolves do. I mean, they're closely related, yes, but they're domesticated canines, and we're doing them a disservice by not keeping them for, especially when I look at my dogs. The love a dog gives you, I don't even think you get that from your children. It's so intense that you're their whole world. They depend on you for food, water, shelter, just the love that they need, the pack that they need. And I never thought I could love animals as much as I do dogs. And I've always been a dog person, but as I've gotten older, my love for dogs has just exploded. And I want to help as many as I can. And that's what my business is going to be based around. We'll get to that in the episodes to come. I'm going to try to do one a week. No, I'm not. Take that. Bedros, you're listening? Not try. I'm going to do an episode a week. I'm going to hold myself accountable. That's the responsibility I'm going to take for my life. I'm going to do this episode. I'm going to educate myself. I'm going to volunteer at the Mesquite shelter and learn from people things, I guess, tips of the trade. And on top of that, there's a huge clientele list of people that are upset with dogs or need help with a dog. I'm talking to people that'd be awesome. But yeah, if you're out of shape, a dog is wonders for you. You could go jogging with the dog or just walking. Say you're excessively overweight and you're trying to lose a few pounds, just go walking. The dog will love to walk with. He'll love to do anything with bike riding. There's dogs you could ride your bike slowly, of course. and they'll be right beside you the whole time, just getting their exercise. You're getting yours. It's just a win-win. But anyway, off that, next thing I want to talk about too is you need something in your life. This is something that is near and dear to me, and it has meaning, and that's what I'm moving towards. That's my aim. I need you to aim at your life's purpose. Okay? You need to aim at it, because once you set your aim at it, Jordan Peterson said it best. We are aiming creatures. We have to just aim at things we want. We don't even have to. What's the word? Anyway, I lost my train of thought. No, we just got to aim at the things we want, okay? And by aiming at them, what you do is your human psyche, your brain is so caught up, it's like instinct to an animal. What you want, you aim at it. Then you start moving towards it. And you know what? Jordan Peterson even said this best. You might not even get there. That might be your aim at the moment, but as human beings, we have this thing that's called a brain, and you may change your mind halfway during that aim and be like, wait a minute, I want that instead. So you shift your aim, but at least you're moving towards something in life. If you don't aim at anything, you're not moving towards anything, and pretty much you're just rotting away and dying. What you're doing. So you got to set an aim, okay? I've got an aim set on many things, but now I'm addressing the bigger issues in my life. Big things in my life that are going to affect me. And it's time I manned up and got my shit together so that I could leave a powerful legacy on the world. I'm not trying to be like anyone else. I'm trying to do the best for me, my family, my people, my community, things going on around me. I want to make everything better for my whole area. I don't want to be doing well, but everyone else I know and my whole community has gone to shit. I want to be doing well with everyone else around me doing well, and everyone I know. I want to be going to you, people I know, for advice on shit. I mean, we all get stuck on things sometimes. The wisest person gets stuck on a problem and go nights, days, weeks, months before realizing the solution. So it's okay to get stuck on things, but let's not just stay there. Let's sidetrack that, put that on the back burner, and move on to something else that we know we need to. Our lives, there's so many fucking things in our lives we know we need to improve on, right? So how about let's say we do 100 things regularly, and 50 of those are stupid that we know our life would be a lot better if we just stopped doing these 50 things. But maybe you don't want to stop doing a particular thing or set of things, right? Let's leave those around. You still got 20, 30, 40 other stupid things that you could stop doing to make your life better, to stop spending money stupidly, to give you're doing something illegal, stop that. It's going to catch up with you. You don't want that bad karma coming to you, especially when you try to improve your life. Improving your life, you're paying back the bad shit, that the pain and suffering you inflicted on the world. Now think about that. What if everybody just stopped purposely doing dumb shit? Stop making the world a better place. They don't even have to try to make it better. Just stop making it worse. How much better would things get if we just did that? We don't know. It's never been done before because people are stupid. They're selfish, self-centered, narcissistic, pathological. That's the society we live in. What happened to intellectual, intelligent, super intelligent people that could sit down and have a conversation, put a problem on the table and say, okay, we're smart people, all of us, we're going to solve this problem. We each have a unique perspective. Let's put it all out on the table and let's come up with the best solution, and not just a solution that's best for us, but best for our state, our country, our planet, humanity as a whole, even all life as a whole, right? That don't exist anymore. Right now, everybody's all about themselves, about how much money they have and what's good for them. Well, what about your family? What about you? You have an ethical responsibility on this planet to make it a better place, right? Because you fucking live here. You were born here. You live here. And if you don't want to make it a better place, my only question is, why the hell not? What other stupid thing are you doing that is better than making your world, your community, your life better? I mean, let's stop thinking about materialistic, small, petty shit. Let's just start, having the foresight that there's only so much space on this planet. There's only so many resources that it could provide us with before it stops. And don't get me for a tree hugging hippie or whatever, any of that stuff. I mean, I'm just a masculine man and I think deep, and this is one of those things. What if we all just stopped making things worse? We don't even have to try and improve. Just stop making it worse. Stop littering, right? Start there. How much better would the world be? I mean, I know it's not just me. I know some of y'all, most of y'all, if not all, have driven by many places and you see trash on the ground, trash cans overflowing, broken bottles on the side, and graffiti everywhere, and just that's something we could tackle. Climate change is a lot harder and a lot more complicated, and like with COVID, they have no idea how to solve climate change, but we could solve pollution in our streets, our communities, in the ocean. Why the fuck are we polluting our oceans, our waterways, our lakes? Why? That's the stupidest fucking thing. No animal would go destroy its environment and end up killing itself in the process because it poisoned itself. We're destroying our planet, and pollution is something that we could actually solve. Climate change, let's face it, Mother Nature's going to do what she's going to do. I'm lucky it's a good day right here. It's evening. It's Texas in mid-September. It's actually kind of cool out. I like it. But I'm lucky today's a good day. Normally it's still hot as fuck out here. But how about we do that, okay? Just every day. If you see something wrong, if it's something small that you could solve that ain't going to cost you money and might take you anywhere from 1 second to a minute to handle, solve that problem. I do it all the time whenever I go to a restroom, especially at the gym, because the restrooms I go into there have a toilet. The urinals are always taken. But if I see it's messed up, trash all over the floor, mainly toilet paper that just, anyway, I pick all that shit up, wipe off the seat, wipe it down, use the restroom, mainly to pee, wash my hands, then I go pump some iron like a motherfucker. And I wash my hands good, but wherever you go, whatever you do in life, leave it better than when you got there, right? A manager told me that many years ago, and I was 17, I believe. He said, whatever it is you do, if you have to go and clean the restroom, leave it better than how you found it. If you have to go stock this inventory, leave it better than how you found it. And then my OCD kicked in like a son of a gun, and it helped me get places, because once I get something in my head, it's there, it's gnawing at me, and I look at it from a very analytical and meticulous view. All my decision making and processes are meticulous for a reason. It's to whatever I do isn't to improve the next action that is going to come. At some point in my life, I got off track there. But we'll leave all that. I don't want to go in too deep. This episode was man up, be a man, grow a beard, lose your dad bod, get fit. Okay, there's nothing proud about a dad bod. I mean, I know some people say that's a thing. It's not a fucking thing. That's the opposition trying to keep you weak. Get rid of your fucking dad bod. I'm still working on mine. I've come a long fucking way, and I'm not satisfied. I ain't gonna be satisfied until I'm just fucking ripped. Abs and all. Until then, I'm gonna keep busting ass at the gym. But anyway, take responsibility for your life. Okay, you're at a certain position in your life. Maybe you had some unfair breaks and life has been cruel and there's been suffering and catastrophe and all that. It's not unique to you. We're all there. We're all gonna, if you're doing great right now and you've never had any suffering or catastrophe in your life, it's coming, okay? People inevitably get ill. People inevitably die, tragically in some cases. And I'm not wishing any of that on anyone. I'm just saying that catastrophe is coming and it's going to hit us. So if you've never experienced catastrophe yet, it's coming. The rest of you that have, you know what? Move on. You need to find something meaningful in your life. Do whatever it is that you want to do in life, the mark you want to leave on your world, like me. Figure that out and then take steps to doing it, and do it as soon as you can. Do it. Get it out there, because you're responsible for your own life. If you're a grown adult, I told my son for many years in his early teens, probably when he was around 9 all the way to 18, that as soon as you're 18, I am no longer legally and financially responsible for you. I told him, let that sink in. Every time I told him, let that sink in. When you're 18, my job as a parent, my main job, advice and guidance. And whether you take it or leave it, that's up to you, but that's my job as a parent. And trust me, when you make a bad decision, do something stupid I told you not to do, and that you've seen me make in the past, I'm going to call you a fucking dumbass and make you feel even worse about it, because you should have learned from when I did it, and just specifically when I told you not to do it, because this was going to happen. So take responsibility for your life. Next thing, do hard shit, whatever it is. Learn a language, a new language. Go learn to play an instrument. Whatever your phobia is, whatever fear you got about something, conquer that fear. Go do it, master it, kill that devil, and move on with your life. Because once you do that, now you're a harder person. Now you're a fighter jet. Now you're a determined individual that, no, I might be scared of you, but I'm still going to kick your fucking ass today. That's the attitude you have to have with life, because if you just let life beat you down, we have what you just turn on the news. Like I said, look at people when you go into a grocery store. Docile, weak individuals, easy to fall in line. We don't want that. We want to be the opposition to the opposition, right? So do hard shit. Make your life stronger. Make yourself stronger. Overcome these obstacles in your life, because they're always going to be there. You could either overcome them or just lie down and become weak and dependent. I don't want to be dependent on anybody. Okay. Adopt or foster a dog from a shelter. If you're not sure if you want a dog, you're not sure about a dog, do a short-term foster, 2 to 3 weeks, a month tops. There's plenty of rescues that would love to have you as a short-term foster. And in that time, you can determine, is this a good fix for me or not? Am I ready to have a dog at this stage in my life, or am I not? And if you're not, at the end of the foster period, the dog, at least it didn't spend that time in the shelter getting sick, scared, unbathed, not really taken care. They're just fed and watered at most shelters nowadays. Some do get out, maybe a lot, I want to say, but there's still many that don't even get out of their kennels. A dog in foster is better than a dog in a shelter, so do that. And if you don't want a dog, you decide a dog is just not for you at this stage in life or forever, at least you help save the dog's life. It's going on to its forever home. It's going to live a happy life somewhere else other than the damn shelter, where it's likely going to get euthanized for no reason other than space. Right? Pathetic. I hate it, but let me not get stuck on that thing. And last but not least, aim at your life's purpose and begin to move towards it. I mean, if you aim at it and you just stand still, there is something wrong with you as a human being, because, like I said, humans are aiming creatures. When we aim at something, we start moving towards it. BK aimed at a vision. He had a mission. He had a vision in his head. He aimed at it. He started moving towards it. Yes, he had roadblocks. Who doesn't have roadblocks in anything in life? We all have roadblocks. You overcome them. You figure it out. And sometimes you're going to fall on your ass. You know what? get the fuck back up and keep on marching, because we don't give up in life. We're men, okay? And to you women watching, okay, when I say men, I'm just referring to, well, I am referring to mostly men, but the human species as a whole, okay? We got to take better controls of our lives. We need to find our life's purpose, aim at it, and walk towards it. And it has to be something that benefits the world, benefits humanity, benefits wildlife, like potato chip bags, the aluminum cellophane ones. Those all just end up in a fucking landfill, right? Recycling is very minimal. We're still nowhere near the recycling we should be doing. A lot of that shit ends up in our oceans and in landfills still. And think about it. What point is it? Dig a fucking hole, throw our trash in it, and then build houses and other shit on top of it. We're polluting our own planet. Let's figure out how to recycle that shit. That's a problem you could solve. Figure out how to recycle the damn potato chip bags. Figure out a way. There's so many metals and all this other shit. Have you seen scrap yards? It's pathetic. Just piles of metal move from one location to another. I've never seen a recycling facility for metal. Maybe I'm sure they're out there, but how many of you have seen one? Are they that abundant, or am I just that blind? Okay, same for any recycling facilities. Tell you the truth, there should be plenty everywhere. It's a huge country, lots of cities, millions of people. And I've never seen a recycling facility. What does that tell you? And I live in Texas. All right. So anyway, I got off on a tangent there. Aim at your life's purpose. Begin to move towards it. And at least, even if it's something you change your mind about later, you're moving towards something already. And you could just pivot. You could just shift. Okay, this is not what I really want to do. I want this bigger, better prize over here. You shift your aim and move towards that. And you might shift your aim you will shift your aim many times in your lifetime, but at least you're moving towards something good, something beneficial to us all. So do that. I hope this episode was enjoyable. Like, those of you that want to grow a beard, let me just give you this one thing. Wooden comb and a beard brush, okay? You'll need these two. Even if you don't have a long beard like me, this might be all that you need. But if you want to grow a beard and it's going to be even half this size, you need a wooden comb. It's better for your beard. Just comb it every day, 2-3 times a day at minimum. Okay. This brush, twice a day if you want, but it's just a finishing off to the comb. If you have a shorter beard, this is what you need anyway. But grow a beard, feel like a man, be a man. Do man shit. Learn to shoot. Learn to be a savage. Get physically fit. And I will talk to you more next week. And I hope that we could grow as a tribe, grow as a group of people, and grow as men, and take back our planet, take back our world, make it a better place. Which I want to hear from all of you. Is the world a better place than what you found it? I mean, let's leave it better. I want to hear, is it a better place now than it ever has been? I'm not so sure. Yes, we've improved technologically, intellectually. I think we've fallen off the map a little bit, or maybe a lot. But just as being good human beings, I think humanity's taken a turn for the worse, and mainly within the past 10 years, I say. Within the past 10 years. America was doing great, but we're not going to get into that. Past 3 years, we've gone to total hell, but it can be brought back. Just as they have destroyed America, we could rebuild America into a better place. We could rebuild our institutions into a place of learning and excellence and principles and ethos, I mean, just something to be proud of. Are we even allowed to be proud of anything anymore? Anything that differs from the opposition? It can't. Anyway, y'all have a good evening. I will talk to y'all next week, and I hope I get some messages. I know things are likely going to kick off slow here, and my intent is if I could get 1,000 viewers, 1,000 subscribers, I'll consider that a success. Anything underneath that is just improvement needed. Okay. But that was gonna be a success, and from there, just build this and just keep talking to you. And I want to keep it real. I mean, you don't have to agree with me, but I want to keep it real. Anyway, till next time, y'all, peace out.